Howdy guys, OldDW here, down at the old dirty workbench, and we are dirty right now. We are in the middle of finishing up this Crosman 1377 custom stock. We got most of the inletting done, everything is nice and solid, and we're now getting the final finishing touches here on the curvature. I was not real happy with my first attempt getting the profile just right. I found that my template was pretty good in the overall profile, but it left a little bit to be desired in the hand. So, you know, got to redo it until it's do it right the last time. But yeah, a couple of things to note. If any of you are attempting this kind of procedure, this is a cedar 2x8 or 2x8 that I took out of the scrap wood pile, and I originally thought it was red oak, but that pungent smell definitely should have been the clue that it was cedar. I told somebody who knew far better than me, and he knew right away I was wrong. So yeah, anyway, cedar's actually not as strong as oak, so maybe I'll leave it a little thick in the hand here, but shouldn't be too bad. This is still a nice sturdy piece, really nice little carbine feel. So let's go over how we did it. The overall profile I took out from a square section of scrap wood that, like I said, and it's really nice how the front pump handle, you can take one of the trapezoidal cutoffs and use it to make this handle piece. So really you only need a 2x8 section about 18 inches long, and then you're good to go. Now the main milling operations are kind of complex. It's not too bad, but with the bandsaw I was easily able to hog out the majority of the handle section, and then the top where you cut down the relief for the safety and the trigger spring. That housing's thicker than the rest of the handle assembly. So you can take those two out with the bandsaw pretty easily. And then longitudinally along this axis, parallel to that outer edge, you have to bore out space for the screw bosses, because they sit proud of the inner handle. So you do that, mill that out. The last thing you're going to need to do, and the thing that's most tedious, is radiusing this little edge on the inside here. You know, that grip kind of fills your palm swell. That's really nice if it's just a pistol, but on this carbine you're going to have to relief that on the inside. So get your twist drill and be very careful moving it back and forth, hogging it out until you're just right. And that's where these little rubber strips come in handy. You can wedge them in the back, or I do on the side here as well. Super glue them to the interior of the wood, epoxy them in, so you can fill the voids kind of easily. There's also a couple of locating nubs on the inside of that handle. You know, theoretically that's supposed to stop those cheap plastic grips from rocking back and forth, but that doesn't really work that well. But we got to take account for that. So either be precise and get the other relief cut, or like I did, I took it all out with the bandsaw and then added this foam grips that it's rock solid. That thing it's very nice. Actually, the hardest thing about this project is getting your interior, your blind holes marked. That template needs to be spot on. So spend a lot of time on it. Measure on the template, measure on the original, measure back going to the custom. So every single time you measure, make sure it's right. If you don't think it's right, just don't do it. Like, you know, the wise man once said, something wise. For the front, I actually messed up right here. You can see that the front is the original roll pin, but this guy, I made this hole a little bit too big. You know, must have give it a little ogive, not doing it on the drill press, just with the hand drill. So anyway, I had to end up going to a slightly oversized metal pin, but now that's rock solid, and honestly think it's probably an upgrade, to be honest, over the roll pin. Of course, make sure you get enough relief cut here, because this is going to be quite difficult to pump up. If you're not able to fully extend that pump cup or the pump arm, you're not going to fill this chamber up with air to charge into the reservoir. So that little dimple there, I don't know if you can see that, this little divot is evidence of it impeding on the front of that little nose cap. But you want to give it enough space so that you can charge the full thing and get the power. But a little bit of work to do left, and got to stain it, got to make it probably a clear coat here, but a little bit of work left to do. It's coming to turn out real nice though. I like these 1377s.